besties. Welcome back to the Girls That Get It podcast with your favorite freaking hosts, Ken and Han.
We made it to week 2, ladies.
I was going to say, I bet you thought you wouldn't see us for a second week in a row.
Boom, boom, boom.
But we're live. We're here. Ready, set, action. It's episode 2.
I feel like we got to take a second to thank the fans.
You're right. Thank you all for the support. Our new drop got a lot of love, so thanks for showing the love. No, but for real, I feel like people came out the woodworks. Like obviously our loyal fans
always do
are there, but the woodworks people, you know who you are. Y'all be coming out and y'all be supporting. So thank you. Keep that energy, please.
Yes, please. Like and comment. Like
and subscribe because this is good. This is very good. But we're back, and this week we're gonna chat about our previous week, give all the updates, and then get into the nitty gritty.
Oh, we've got some good nitty and gritty.
I feel like we do. So
some topics and another little rapid fire, and then of course we're gonna wrap it up with the weekly BBB.
We need like a button for like applause or like a BBB. Anyway, Ken, do you want to start? What have you been up to the last week?
Sure. So this past week, I feel like I went on quite a roller coaster. I was up, I was down, I was high, I was low, but we made it through. I remember starting last week on Tuesday and being like, I'm high for the pod, things are going to be great, but with other things in my life, I was really down. Like I have started to do this thing, and I don't even think I've even told you this.
I was going to say, this is news to me, sister.
When certain things happen, I've started to record my feelings about them. So that way, as life passed, when whether I'm thinking things are perfect or I'm like really deep in my dumps, I can go back and look and be like, that's how excited you were. This is going to happen one day. Or like, aren't you thankful you weren't as low as you were like at this point? I watched this really sad video of me. I was like, damn, she was really going through it. So at least we're not there. So
yeah, you've come up from there at least. So that's good.
So yeah, I had a roller coaster of a week last week. I got some good news, I got some bad news, I turned some things around, some exciting things are happening. I've got a trip coming up this weekend that I felt like I was like left, right, loop-de-loop back on. But we're aligned, we're going.
Check aligned.
Check aligned. And then I got dinner with a really good friend, and it just filled my cup. Like I came home and I think I sent you 2 voice notes. Well, I sent you one and then even didn't get to send the other one because I was so keep bopping around. And then we had some visitors at work, and it's prom season, and where I work tends to be a busy time for prom season. And it's a weird thing, like I'm not anywhere related to a prom industry, but the weekends are like very heightened.
Do people just like show up to shop, or do they come around to take pics, or what are they doing?
They come to take pics.
Yeah, that's what I kind of thought.
The location. So we've had to set up kind of strict protocols, and it's not.
I was going to say, you guys let people do that? That's kind of shocking to me.
No, not really. We've kind of had to nip it in the bud, particularly for prom. And we only let them do it outside in this one specific area, so it doesn't interrupt the people shopping or dining.
Makes sense.
And it was we had more pushback than usual this past weekend because of how cold it was here. And it had rained in the morning, and we're like, we're not trying to be rude, but truthfully, there was 5 schools that had prom just last weekend, and the next 5 weekends there's a bunch more. So it's like we kind of have to do this, and everyone has to have the same experience because there's a lot of freaking schools here. I
kind of forget that those types of things happen, like prom. Now that we're not doing it, I'm like, wait a minute, that still exists for the rest of the world and people who are in high school.
Yes. No, so that's kind of my update. I only had Sunday off. I worked today. Crazy.
You hate to see that. You really hate to see that, because your Monday is normally your Sunday, and I know how you love a Sunday.
I know. So it was a bummer, but I really enjoyed my day off Sunday. I pretty much stayed at home the whole time. I like meal prepped, I cooked and baked some things, and
that's nice. That's good. Sometimes a chill day, productive chill day at home is the best.
Yes, it was much needed. It helped me reset. But what about you? How was your week last week?
It was good. I feel like nothing really happened during the week too much. I was just kind of up to the use, work after work, chill, nothing crazy.
Mm-hmm.
But then like Friday, Saturday, Sunday of this past weekend was kind of insane. Well, actually Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, because
Yeah.
Thursday I drove back to Wilmington, um, which is home for those of you who don't know.
Yeah.
Because my brother, he makes music and he had a show on Friday night. And so after work Thursday, I drove down. Friday, I worked from home at my mom's house. That was just whatever. And then his show was Friday night. So as soon as I finished working, we were on the move. We went to the venue to like set things up. And then I got ready, went to my brother's friend's house that is on, it's on Wrightsville Beach, but it's not, well, it's on like the marsh at Wrightsville Beach. It's not like on
The
the actual
intercoastal side.
beach. Yeah. So but the backyard is so pretty because you can like see the water and the
Yeah.
sunset, and it was just
Goals.
beautiful. So we um went there before the show to have like a little pre-party situation, and it was fun. We just had some drinks, caught up, and then we went to the show, and it was very exciting, fun, eventful. A lot of people came, so that was good. I feel like, I don't know if other people get this way or if you get this way, but for me, like if I get like nervous for other people. So like even though I'm not the one performing, I'm like, are people going to show up? Like I hope that like it goes
Oh,
right. Like I'm like, I don't want it to get messed up for somebody else. So
I get what you're saying.
I'm like getting a little nervous even though it's not my show, it's not my
You're
thing.
coming
I'm
up with the backup plans of like,
Yeah, yeah.
if this goes wrong, how could I help? Or if people don't show
Right.
up, who could I call it? Like, yeah, I
Right,
get
right,
it.
right, right.
I
But
get it.
all things were good. The fans showed up, so that was fun. And yeah, it was a good time. We were just dancing, vibing, having a good time. We went out, did the beep bop boop, and that was really all there was to it. So
How was
that
your
was
late night
fun.
pizza?
Oh my gosh,
Was it worth it?
it was actually the best late night pizza I've had in a long time. Like
How did I know?
it hit the spot, let me tell you. It was like,
What kind of slice did you get?
well, Summer got a veggie slice because she's a vegetarian, and I had a
Okay.
couple bites of that, and honestly, it slapped. But then I just got pepperoni
Okay.
because
Slay.
pepperoni is the
I'm a
good.
simple pizza gal, so I get it.
Yeah. But it was so good. You could have told me I was in New York City, and I would have believed you because it was that freaking good.
Isn't it called like I Heart New York?
Yeah, it is. It's I Heart New York
When
Pizza
in
or
Rome.
something. So, yeah, that hit the spot. And then Saturday morning was rough. Woke up, was not feeling it. I had to drive back to Charlotte, and it was just a bad time. Like I was sitting in the car, genuinely zoned out, silent for the entire ride. I was literally just like, I hate, like it was miserable. So
Because you were hungover?
yeah, because
Damn.
and I told myself
Oh.
I wasn't gonna drink that much, and then one thing happens leads to another, and then
You
there's a
low-key be
ripple shot,
getting
and you're.
hungover a lot these days.
I feel like that. What?
Compared to what it once was. She used to
Mm,
be so notorious. She was like, guys, I'm never hungover.
yeah, I feel like that is true. Maybe I'm just getting old, and like
No, I'm not. Yeah.
if
I'm hungover.
I can't
Actually,
handle
I've
it.
recently started to be the one that's like not hungover.
Yeah, maybe we're switching
Maybe we're switching.
roles. I don't like that. Can we switch back, please?
No.
But like
I
usually, the crazy thing is usually it'll be like pretty bad when I wake up, and then like a couple hours after I drink some water, I'm good. But this time it was bad all day long. My head
yeah,
hurt the entire
entire
day,
day.
which was so bad because Saturday when I got back to Charlotte,
Yeah.
immediately I was in action, and I like met up with. I almost just wait.
You can help whatever you want. I don't.
I met up with I'm just gonna say my boyfriend so that I don't accidentally say the wrong
Sure.
thing. And his friends, because we were going to a concert Saturday night. Lots of live music events were happening, I guess,
Yeah.
for me. But yeah, Saturday we went to Zach Bryan. He was playing in Charlotte. We kind of got tickets last minute, and like a bunch of his friends were going, so we met up with them, and that was fun. We just like hung out with some people before, went over to the stadium, did the whole shebang, We snuck onto the floor. You didn't hear that from me though. It was actually so easy, and like, not to advertise this, and if Bank of America's listening, you didn't hear this from me. But
Could you imagine?
imagine what they gonna do about it now? Nothing. But it was shockingly easy to sneak onto the floor. So do with that information.
I think a
what
lot
you
of venues are like, especially after a certain time point in the night, it's not as heavily monitored as the beginning.
No, yeah, it was too easy almost. So that was fun. Had a good time. I'm not even like the biggest Zach Bryan fan in the world, but of all the country artists, he is one that I do like. So I was like, okay, we'll go to that and have fun. And then,
I almost went to that Luke Combs concert this weekend.
oh really?
Yeah, I was in Indiana.
Oh shit, I didn't even know that.
It was at Notre Dame.
I feel like
But
you would have liked that.
I know, but that's I couldn't get it off. Remember I told you that he
Oh.
was like not a good look.
Oh yeah, 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 yeah,
And I
yeah,
was
yeah.
like,
I guess that, yeah, I guess.
I'm actually thankful though I didn't go because I saw your picks at Zach Bryan, and then I saw a couple people that I know that went to Notre Dame for the Luke Combs concert, and because he's so big, like he's playing stadiums, and he would just would have been this little speck of dust
Yeah,
no
you
matter
can't.
where you're sitting. So I was like,
Yeah,
maybe it's for the best.
yeah, yeah. You win some, you lose some. But yeah, that was fun.
What else?
We, oh my god, we Saturday night we tried to get food after
Mm-hmm.
because we were hungry. And tell me why we sat in the damn drive-thru. And let me just say this: I never go to this specific restaurant. The one I don't go to the one that's by my house because it
Oh,
sucks. It sucks so bad. And the
oh,
and the restaurant is McDonald's. There's one right by my house.
oh.
So bad. Every time I've gone, they've been closed but didn't tell anybody, didn't have XYZ, out of everything, short staffed, I don't really know. We went at probably 2 in the morning Saturday night, sat in the drive-thru for 45 minutes to get up to the
Damn.
speaker, and by the time we got up to the speaker, she was like, "Hey, we aren't accepting orders for another 30 to 40 minutes because we have too many DoorDash orders. So like we have
Got
to get
it.
through those." And I was just like, I know it's not y'all's fault, but damn, it was so sad because I was
Yeah.
really wanting that double cheeseburger.
Yeah. No,
So,
I do think there should be, now that DoorDash and Uber Eats are so popular, there should be certain locations dedicated to that. So if someone does want to go, you know which one to go through. And even if you're waiting your 45 minutes, you know you have a cheeseburger to look forward to.
for sure, it's not like waiting 45 minutes to get to the window to possibly be told it's going to be another 45.
Right. Because half those people in that line are probably for DoorDash.
For sure. Yeah, so I don't know, first world problems, but that really bums me out Saturday night.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was all good things. I mean, it was fun. Sunday was pretty chill. I did have a brunch for one of my friends. It was her birthday, so went to that, and that was super cute and fun and nice to catch up with some of my
Cute.
friends. So that was good, and that was really it. The rest of Sunday was very chill. Took a nap, went for a walk, kind of just
That's
hung
nice.
out.
I thought
So
about taking a nap Sunday, but decided against it.
yeah, but yeah, it was a good week, busy weekend, and now we're here and it's Monday and we're ready to roll.
I know. It does not feel like a Monday to me.
Yeah, because normally you're off and you work today,
I know. It's like
which is
my
sad.
biggest flex, but big things coming, guys. Big things coming.
Stay tuned. You don't want to
I can't
miss.
tell you what it is yet.
You
It
don't want
told
to
me
miss.
to be that influencer that's like secret project.
I was gonna say you sound like those people, well, influencers who say all the time like something exciting is dropping soon, but
I
can't say anything
know.
yet because it's a secret.
I
That's you,
know.
but that's okay. We got to give the fans something to look forward to.
I know. Just stay tuned. The fans are actually gonna eat it up.
That's true. They will. I
I
think they
think they
will. And
will.
you have a moment to capitalize on this, so just keep that in mind.
Just
Just
keep
keep
that in
that in
mind.
mind.
You have 6 weeks to potentially plan. Let's get to it.
Mhm.
Meanwhile, I'm doing all the other stuff.
That's okay. We'll squeeze it in. You can have some business meetings with yourself on the go.
With myself.
Well, and me, but like, what do you want me to
Oh,
do? To creative direct your creative directorness. You're the best creative director out of the two of
yeah.
us.
But I need your coaching more so in front of the camera.
Okay, we can
I
work with
used to
that.
have it. I don't anymore.
We can work with that. We can work
Thank
with
you.
that.
Thank you for your charity.
Yeah, that's about it for the weekly catch up, I think. Do you want to talk about
Oh my
I
gosh,
know
I do.
okay, talk
I
about
do.
that. Talk about that.
Okay, so last week we had times allotted for each segment and we definitely ran a little bit over, so we cut one thing. But something I want to talk about is something I did recently this month. My brother and I, we went to the Final
That's
Four, which has
exciting.
obviously been there and passed, but it was such like a core memory for us. Like we were talking
Mhm.
about it yesterday and we were like, we're so glad we did that. It was iconic. And I just wanted to tell you guys about it because it's not something that everyone gets to do. I think it's truly like a once in a lifetime thing that you'll do. And I
For
know a lot of people don't
sure.
care about sports, but my brother and I grew up big sports family. Particularly basketball was the one thing that we both played that we could kind of bond over. I
Mhm.
did stop playing in high school, but it's okay.
Mhm.
I still really like it and enjoy watching the game. So, Colton really wanted Duke to be in it because that's like his Carolina team,
Yeah.
and unfortunately, they did not win. But he
Yeah, which
flew
is
in.
unfortunate because I had them winning my bracket, but that's another story.
Yeah, yeah.
Hate to see it.
Their one player got hurt, and it's funny because I keep up with sports. I don't know every single player's name and all the stats, but I was
Mhm.
telling Colton because Colton's like, Duke was in the Elite Eight, and he was like, oh well, maybe Duke will win. And I was like, I'm telling you right now, they're not, and I don't mean to be a party pooper because I would even cheer for Duke for you, even though I'm not a Duke fan.
Yeah.
Um,
You just knew.
I was like, because he's injured, and there he's like, I didn't know that, and I'm like, so you call yourself a fan?
You're a fan, yet you don't even know that the
Fake,
one of their good
fake
players
fan.
is injured.
So anyway, Colton flies in Saturday night. I leave work early. We go to the games. And what's cool about the Final Four is you buy one ticket and you get access to both games. They don't
Why did
reset.
I not know that?
I know most people don't.
That's
That's why I'm
cool.
here to put you
Yeah,
on.
put us on, Kim. Put us on.
So Illinois, Illinois. I
Excuse
said
me.
that kind of weird.
Hello. Are
It's
you
Illinois.
okay?
Illinois played UConn, and I love UConn basketball, particularly the girls program. So I said, Colton, we are cheering for UConn. I don't care if everyone in here is from Illinois. And sure enough, everyone in that joint was
Facts.
from Illinois
Of
because
course they were.
that was essentially like the home stadium.
Yeah.
And like there was so much orange, and they were really cheering even when they were down. So shout out to the Illinois fans. I even sat next to a
They're
lady that was an
loyal.
Illinois fan, and I could tell she was not happy with me, but she was about to fall, and I helped her up, and she was like, "That was really kind of you." I was like, "Well, I'm not
Oh.
a bitch." Like,
Yeah, you're like, I'm not a terrible person. I just am not rooting for your team.
I was
There's a
like, I didn't even go to
difference.
UConn, so like, sorry that I just chose to be against you.
Right.
So UConn won, and then the second game started, and that was Michigan versus Arizona. And I honestly low key wanted to pull for Arizona, but I was like, Colton, I picked the first one, you can pick the second one because we have to be like in this together. And he was like, I'm kind of thinking Michigan. I was like, okay, word. And let me
Okay.
just say, that Michigan team probably played one of the best games of basketball that we'd ever seen. They were just like leaps and bounds above the competition.
They were locked in.
So yeah, they were locked in. And I just want to say the Final Four in Indianapolis was such a good like well-run event.
Mm-hmm.
There was lots of brand sponsors, and then there was like a fan fest that you could get tickets to, and like a bunch of brand activations.
Yeah, it looked fun from like all your TikToks that you posted,
It was.
which check her out on Tickety Talk.
It was so fun.
But yeah, it looked like they had a lot of fun little activities and like things for people to do besides
Yes.
just watch the games, which is nice.
Yeah, so even yeah, to Han's point, if you weren't going to the Final Four or even the finals, there was so much to do, and there was a lot for free. Like before the Fan Fest, there was like this block party, and they had the
Mm-hmm.
CBS announcers there, and then they also had these like food trucks and brand sponsoring, and everything was free. So if you were willing to wait in like a 10-minute line, you got
Yeah,
free pizza, you got free chicken nuggets, you got free Frosties, you got
we love a
free
free little treat.
Coca-Cola. So yeah, it was a really fun weekend. And then the other part about it that we did was Colton stayed Saturday, Sunday, and then he left Monday. But on Sunday, and really Friday, Saturday, Sunday, there was a free concert series that the Final Four puts on. And I think part of this is to help with crowd control so
Mm-hmm.
that everyone's not at the stadium or the bars. Like it's another
Mm-hmm.
place for people to go for free.
Yeah.
Um, Friday night was 21 Pilots. I think Saturday was Zach Brown Band.
Oh yeah,
Um,
yeah.
and then Sunday, which was the final day, Dominic Fike opened. Then it was Megan Maroney, who's pretty big. And then the closer was Post Malone. So Colton and I went to the Post Malone concert. So that was
That's
our
insane to
weekend.
me that Post Malone would be there for a free concert. Like I feel like
I mean, he
He's
gets paid,
I
just
mean,
not by
right,
us.
but like no one else like you don't have to pay for it, which is
Yeah.
amazing because I feel like a show that was put on just by Post Malone would be like low key expensive because he's famous. He's huge,
He's definitely huge.
right?
And this is gonna be a hot take, but I did not think it was that great.
Ooh,
And it wasn't Post's fault. There was people in the front because, of course, people lined up from 7 a.m. that kept getting injured, hurt, I don't know what, but people kept flashing their phones at him, and he probably stopped the concert 13 times.
good lord! I feel like it's so like
Yeah. And I
after
know it's not just him, but
there was I think the Travis Scott
yeah.
concert like years ago that kind of started all of that where if people were struggling in the crowd and the artist didn't stop, people would low key cancel the artist for
Yeah.
not being considerate, which I totally get. If someone's like about to die or
Yeah.
like has a serious medical
Yes.
emergency, then like valid. But I feel like ever since then,
Yeah.
it's been like a thing at concerts. So I'm sure he probably kept like noticing things and was like, oh crap, if I don't stop and do something,
Right.
like this is going to be bad. So that's kind of, I
Right.
guess,
No,
is what it is. But
I don't blame him for it. I would say my other critique was like I was singing louder than he was. Like there was a couple songs where whether he was just vibing or what, but I was like, this is the chorus, and I just sang the whole thing. Colton's like, you're low key singing this concert. But I think that was actually the first concert Colton and I had ever been to together, and it was funny
mm-hmm.
because there were certain songs that I was looking forward to, and then Colton was looking forward to different ones. So just all around good weekend.
That's fun. I feel like it's always good to have a sibling like bonding moment. And I feel
Yeah,
like you guys, since you don't live in the same place, you
for
don't
sure.
always get to do that. So that sounds like a lot of fun. And I know you guys both love sports. So 12 out of
Thanks.
10.
I even saw a podcast where this guy was like, I honestly think the Final Four should always be in Indianapolis just because of how well they put it on. And that was kind of what I walked away feeling is
Mm-hmm.
like it's a large enough city to have the equipment and space that we need, but small enough that you could really spread out and it's still very walkable.
Yeah. Yeah. Maybe they should. If they got it figured out and they got a good system, then if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
We never waited, like these were like Super Bowl level crowds, and we never waited more than 10 minutes in a line.
Wow. That's nice. That's really nice.
So, yes, that's really all I have to say on that.
Love.
Do you want to get into kind of our next hot topic?
Yes, our next topic could be controversial to some, maybe not to others, but it's going to be
I think
don't
we're
get
gonna
too
make it.
comfortable, sweetheart.
Yeah, don't get too
Okay?
comfortable, sweetheart.
And this is something that I don't even know where this originated from, TBH. Like, I think it was back in the,
I remember what
like,
started it,
I don't know.
I think, but I don't know where we came up with the phrase. I feel like it's something I've heard.
I feel like it goes back to the Van Bus days, but I don't
Yeah,
know.
there was someone, a certain one of us was going through a certain something, and I think one of us said this.
Someone just said, don't get too comfortable, sweetheart, and then it just stuck.
Yeah, I do
But
know who said what, but we won't go there.
you're gonna have to tell me after the pod because it's lost on me. But essentially it sounds how it is. Don't get too comfortable, sweetheart, because
You
you
know,
just never
actually, what
know.
started? I can say one thing, and you're gonna know.
Oh, what is it? What?
KK dollar sign. I hate to do this to you, bestie, but that's what it was. That's what it was.
Was it really?
I think that's what rings the bell for me.
Can we?
Nope.
I feel like this is not the first time that KK dollar sign has come up on the podcast, and let me just say, like,
But
I wish I could tell the people because
I don't think they need to know.
they don't. They don't.
I'm
but
looking out for you here.
No, you are. I mean, shit. I didn't technically do nothing, so
But
anyway,
we're starting to talk about the darkness of the night.
let's move. Let's move
on.
To the topic at hand, which is don't get too comfortable, sweetheart. And our
Yes.
specific area of focus for this segment is going to be our thoughts on moving in with your significant other. I feel like we are at the age, and honestly, it's been happening even before now. We're in our mid to late-ish 20s, let's say mid 20s. approaching late 20s,
It's
kind
giving
of.
when Kendall was
I'm
well,
27,
Kylie.
you're 30. And she's like,
I'm not.
Kylie,
I'm not
or Kendall, I'm not
30.
30. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Or
That's
she's like,
exactly
I'm
what it's giving.
25 or I'm 27. Whatever. Yeah, no, that is what it's giving.
She's like, I'm
But
27.
I do feel like a lot of people are moving into that next step in life, whether that be moving in with their boyfriend or girlfriend, engaged, married, babies, all the things. So we just thought it would be fun to chat about moving in with your significant other.
Well, I'm gonna turn it kind of over to you because didn't this come up with you came up with this topic because a certain someone close to you recently did this.
Yes, it came up because exactly one of my friends just moved in with her boyfriend and they are kind of fresher in the relationship. And so when she told me that, I was just like, oh, wow, like great and happy for you that you're there and that your relationship seems to be going well. Cause I would assume that if you're going to move in with somebody, that that means it's going really well. And so it just sparked like a conversation in my head about like all these different ideas and how people view moving in differently. I feel like some people think it's not a big deal, others think it's like the most biggest decision in the world. So then I was like, this would be a good topic to talk about on the pod. So
Can I ask some questions about her circumstance?
sure.
So you said they're newer, like more recently gotten together.
Mm-hmm.
Is a couple questions. Does she think she's gonna marry this guy? Like, she
That
even got there? Is she even thinking that far ahead, or
I
not
don't
even consideration?
I don't know. I asked her, like, when she told me that it was happening, I asked her if she sees a future with him. I didn't specify, like, do you think you're going to marry him? But I did say, like, do you
Sure.
see a real
Maybe
future with
that's the more
this
approachable words.
guy? And she said yes in a roundabout way. She was like,
I don't love that.
I know. She was
I need
like,
clarity.
no, I know. I know. She basically just said, like, she was like, he's great, we work really well together, he's treated me better than anybody else ever has, and like I'm really happy, blah 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 blah. So like, yeah, I definitely like think this is going to be a good relationship and like see us. She didn't exactly say I see a future with him, but she didn't say she doesn't.
Can I also ask that? Thank you for that answer. That helps. What was her reasoning?
For moving in.
Yeah,
um
just cuz. There's no way it's just cuz.
I think there's a couple moving parts. I think one, she doesn't like where she lives now. Number two, I think that she has been debating what she wants to do with her life as far as work. And she doesn't, I don't think, is obsessed with her job. So I think what happened is they were probably talking one day. He was probably like, do you want to blah 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 blah, and
Build a snowman.
she probably in her head was thinking, I don't like my job, I don't really like where I live. One of her best friends lives in this town that he lives into, so she was probably just
Wait,
thinking to
she's
herself,
moving locations too?
yeah.
I
Mm-hmm.
didn't know this part.
Oh yeah, she's moving not only
How
out
far?
of one place to another but different towns. um it's
I
probably
know
like
they're from smaller towns, so
it's
it's
probably like
not.
3 hours from.
That's a little bit.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So she's moving complete towns and like
Do you think she's gonna watch this? Should I tone down
she
myself?
might she might watch it, but
Sorry, girl, no beef.
I don't think
I'm just
anyone's
different.
saying anything that
I'm
I
just
wouldn't.
different.
I'm not, at least I'm not saying anything that I wouldn't say to her face. So as long as you
Yeah.
don't care how you come across, then I'm fine with you saying
I don't think
whatever
I've
you
been
want.
extreme. I was
No, no,
just
no, you
thinking.
haven't. I mean, and I think that everybody has the right to feel how they feel about this topic.
She
Some
can make a,
people,
when I do the thing, she can come on and she can roast me.
she can make a guest appearance and say,
Yes.
"Gonna, you fucked up," or
Back
"Gonna,
up.
whatever." Yeah, she's moving towns 3 hours away. I think all the pieces in her head just made sense. I think that like they started to really, really like each other. They probably thought that like, why not? Fuck it. I don't like my job. I don't like where I live. One of my other best friends lives in this town too, so like, seems like a great idea, right? Everything's going well, so why not save money, live better, Walmart? Like,
Mm,
I don't really know. I'm
no,
guessing that's what
no.
her thought process is.
I was just about to say I have a couple thoughts.
So yeah, I guess that's kind of like where the idea and the conversation comes from. And I even after that happened, I was talking to my boyfriend, not because we're moving in together, because we're not, but I was just like talking about the topic to him, and we were both giving our thoughts on it. And I was like, you know what? This is a good topic that I feel like people have opposite opinions on. Because another reason why this came up, at least between me and my boyfriend, is because a couple that we know recently
Do I know
got
these people?
engaged,
Okay,
and
never mind.
they've never lived together, and they're not living together until
Hmm.
after they got engaged. So there was like
Okay.
this opposition between my friend who moved in with her
And his
boyfriend
friend.
quickly, and then a couple that we know who just got engaged and has never lived together. And so then we were just like talking one night about the difference between the two and our opinions on it. And so that's where the idea was born. But yeah, I guess what are your thoughts? Like
I
you
have a lot.
personally, what would you
I
do?
didn't think I would, but I do.
Give your 2 cents.
So
Let's hear.
the first thing I wrote down on my list, and I don't think it applies to anyone in these cases, but I don't think anyone should be doing this before you're 25 years of age.
Mm,
I think
okay.
your brain is not developed, and I know that's like a cheesy excuse, but I just don't think you even know yourself. And I don't care if it's your high school sweetheart, yada yada yada. I don't care if you graduated at 18 and you still no,
Mm-hmm.
you have your whole life to do this.
Yeah,
Like, what wouldn't you want? I don't know. I just don't think, and part of that is because I just think so many people are getting married so young these
early. Yeah,
days. Like,
yeah,
and maybe I'm old fashioned in that way, but there's so many people now that are getting on their second or third divorces, and they're like, I just didn't have the right perspective on marriage. So I'd
for
almost
sure.
rather the people wait. And if your love is really that great, it's going to be fine.
Yeah,
Anything, you'll get stronger. And that's the point where, like, you have more things to look forward to. If you're starting to live together at 18, by the time you're 25, like, that's many people's first marriage right there. Like, I
oh
just don't think
yeah.
that's smart. The other thing that came to mind when you were telling your story about your friend, this might be a hot take. I don't think it should ever be in the beginning to save money.
Oh,
Because
no, no,
why
no, no. I agree.
my POV on that is like, obviously when you, like, to your point, see a future with someone and are planning a life together, like, yes, financially it makes sense to not have two
For
mortgages
sure.
or
For
rents,
sure. For
and you
sure.
choose to save that towards either a wedding, a house, a car, like a bigger purchase together. But that means you've already talked about all those other things. Like, it's, you can't depend on someone
I
in a
agree.
time of instability that you aren't already, like, super set on in every other way. Like, I just think it
Oh
sets
yeah.
false narrative
No,
personally.
I totally agree with that. And I think to
But so many people do it for that reason.
oh yeah, so many people do it for that reason, and I guess sometimes it works out, and that's great for those people. But other times it definitely doesn't, and then you're stuck in a lease with a person that you're not with anymore, and then you have to go through all the logistics of moving out while you're breaking up, and then it's awkward, and this and that and the other, and one person might get screwed over because their name's on the lease and yours isn't, and blah 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 blah
Which
blah blah
that's
blah. Blah.
also becoming so common. Like, I can't tell you how many coworkers have ended up living with exes for certain periods of time, and it's like,
That's just
dude,
messy. It's
right.
messy. It's
It
messy.
affects so much of your life. It affects your work. It affects your
Mm-hmm.
friendships, your families.
Yeah.
And I just think both parties lose control of their independence financially because it's tied with the other person, regardless of whose name's on what.
No, I totally agree, and I think a couple. I have a couple responses to both of the things you said.
Okay.
The first is about the age thing. I think back to like I'm 26 right now, and I think back to when I even when I was 22, let's say.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking to myself like if I moved in with the guy I was dating when I was 22, like I thought I knew so much back then, and I might have thought that whoever I was dating at that age was the one for me.
Hmm.
And you just realize your perspective shifts so much when you mature and you go through more things and you just like have more life experience. And not that I know everything, because there's still so many years of my life to live where I'm sure I'm going to look back and say, oh, when I was 26 I thought XYZ, and
Hmm.
how wrong was I. But I feel like, to your point, it's just like when you're that young, it's just hard to know it's just hard to know. And I think any situation you can always say, oh, perspective happens as you grow and mature and
Yeah.
learn things. But like, yeah, no, if I made a decision to move in with somebody when was 22, 23, 21, whatever, I would have definitely regretted that choice. So
Yeah,
that
you're
is
still learning how to take
definitely
care of yourself. Like,
for sure, for
I
sure.
even, to me, it also ties back into like there should be a time in your 20s that you're single. Just because even dating someone and never having that time alone, whether it's with a like a roommate or whatever, like you don't really think about like what is my personal routine, what are the habits I'm going
Mm-hmm.
to keep without like the accountability of someone being there when you get home or coming home to you. Like
Yeah.
I think that's why a lot of people struggle post grad because they go from these environments at college where they have like all their friends living near them, and it's like that's supposed to happen. I know it's hard, I know it's not fun, but like, and maybe single's not the right word, but just like truly
Being
independent. Like,
independent. Yeah, I think
yeah.
that's a better word for it. So yeah, no, I don't know. There's so many ways that there's so many topics I feel like within this topic that could be talked about, but I think too, to your other point about to save money, like if you don't have all the other stuff figured out, the one thing that I wrote down about what
Hmm.
I feel about this topic is that I don't think I would move in. Like I view moving in as like a commitment. Like I don't think I would move in. I'm not saying I need to wait till marriage to live with a man or wait until we're necessarily engaged, even though I kind of think I used to feel that way, that I didn't want to live with somebody till I was engaged. But I feel
Hmm.
like after dating somebody for a year, I wouldn't move in with them just because, oh, we've been dating for a year and this feels right. I think I
For
would only
sure.
move in if I knew that like the next step was going to be an engagement, and I felt
Yeah.
like this was the person that I was going to spend the rest of my life with. Granted, when there's no ring on your finger, I mean anything can happen. So I guess you make that decision knowing that like there's still a chance that it might not work out just because that's life. But I kind of view it as like a pre-commitment to knowing you're going to get engaged, because I'm like, I don't, why would I want to put myself through getting used to living? It's so hard to live with a roommate, much less a significant other, just because of all the dynamics of sharing your space with somebody,
Hmm.
figuring out like chores and things like that. And I feel like when it's with a romantic partner, there's even more nuance to it because you're talking about bills, you're talking about responsibilities, you're talking about you have a dog who's gonna
Yeah.
take responsibility for walking the dog at night or doing this and that. And so I feel like for me personally, I don't think I would do it just like flippantly without knowing that there's intention behind it to go
For
to the
sure.
next step of spending the rest of our lives together. And maybe that's a hot take, but like
Yeah.
I'm not trying to live with four boyfriends before I find my husband. You know what I'm saying?
I think I'm pretty aligned with that in the sense of I think there's so many ways to do like baby trial runs of living together without, to Hannah's point, like doing the thing,
Mm-hmm.
because it's not that there won't be different levels to each relationship, but I think that's why so many people are online being like, I completely restarted because XYZ. Is like, because you were basically husband and wife before you were.
That's true.
I brought this up and it kind of ties into what you were saying. I was on TikTok and I saw this guy say this, and I don't know if I agree with this entirely, but I thought it was interesting and I thought I'd bring it up because I think it bring up some good points. He said, never move in together before you're engaged because he said this, these aren't my words.
Mm-hmm.
He said men are too comfortable getting more of like the wife treatment before she's her wife. And so I
Mm.
also think that's why, and this is more like trend speaking, a
Mm-hmm.
lot of people move in together, do the husband wife shit, and then be like, I don't need to marry you. This was kind of fun. I'm going to go try on another one.
Yeah.
So that,
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
and what I mean by like, there's ways to do similar, like try going on a week vacation first.
Facts. Facts.
Try sleeping over at each other's places for like a month at a time. Not saying that you'd never go back to your place, but one of my
Right.
hot takes too, and like realistically, this is not probably going to happen, I kind of think when you live with someone, you're meant to be more in a house. And at least for me, I've always been in an apartment and like in
Mm-hmm.
a city environment where there's limited space. Like you need your own space. And it's not,
Areas. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
And it's harder, I think about like me with my one bedroom. Like if there was ever an overlap period where I was dating someone and we were at the place to move in, whether it was mine or his, like if we both had one bedrooms, like that's a tight
There's nowhere.
space.
It's someone has to be in the bedroom and someone has to be in the living room, and it's like if you want your own space, there's not all this extra space for, oh, my man's gonna go sit in his office and I'm gonna go sit in my reading nook. Like there's
Yeah.
just limited options. So I feel like that, yeah, that's another thing to think about too. Because there's only so many places you can go in a one bedroom apartment.
Right. And I think by the time I would be doing that and most people are doing that, they're definitely at least to like two, 3 bedroom apartments, not just
Yeah, yeah.
one or like a house.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but that definitely made me think because I don't know, I just hadn't thought of it that way and I could see some truth to that. I definitely think I will want to live with my boyfriend before he's my fiance or husband.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm with you. I think I'd have to be pretty.
Yeah, I feel like I wouldn't do it unless I knew that like there's a strong solid chance that that this is gonna be the one.
Yeah.
But to each their own, and I feel like too, people forget, and maybe not everybody, but at least like some people I know, I feel like when they decide to move in together, it's like a rush decision and they don't have like the important conversations that need to be had when you're moving in together, like how to split chores, how to split this, how to split that, who's going to be responsible for this. And I feel like,
What's your ideal split?
I mean, I
I haven't thought about it. That's why I'm asking.
I don't think that there's any reason I would expect anything other than just splitting things 50-50, unless my man is like a straight up neurosurgeon and makes like $500,000 a year, then maybe I would be like, all right, honey, like you're gonna have to pull a little bit more than 50%. But at the same time, like I am living by myself now and paying for what I need to pay for, so I feel like there's not really a reason that I wouldn't
Yeah.
be willing to pay my share,
Yeah.
half of it, with my significant other, at least as far as like bills and rent goes. I think there could be more nuance to things like
Yeah.
groceries, depending on who eats what, and if
That's
one
more, yeah.
person likes to eat out more or whatever, things like that I think could change. But as far as the rent and bills, utilities, things like that, I feel like I would expect it to just be 50-50. I don't know. What are your thoughts on that? I feel like some people would say,
I think in
well,
the beginning, like the point is to be
for
50-50.
sure. Yeah.
I don't think
I
until
think
you've
things
been
change too. Like when you're married and
when
it's
you're
like
married and there's
you're,
potentially kids involved, I think that's different.
yeah, that's totally different. And that
But I think in the
also,
beginning it should be 50-50. Now, I could see where there's a world where like as long as it equals 50-50, maybe he does all like the rent and that stuff, but I do all the other. Like I could see
yeah,
it
yeah,
being
yeah.
split different ways
Yeah.
because I do think many people once you're at that place are trying to avoid like Venmo me for hot like
Yeah, Venmo me 32.50 for the $65 utility bill or whatever.
yeah, no.
No,
And
I
then there
agree.
will be pink jobs and blue jobs in my house. There's some things I don't
Oh,
want to do.
yeah, I'm not taking the trash out. Like, stop. Don't. No. Why would I ever
No.
do that? I wouldn't do
No.
it and I won't. So that's definitely a man's job.
You will be filling up my car with gas. Now you can take my card, but like,
Sure. But you're going to be getting
no.
out in the pump and
Yeah.
putting it in.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. And there's certain things I feel like I would rather do. And
But I
yeah,
think that's
just,
the stuff that why you would start to live with someone to test that ish out.
yeah, I agree. I feel like it is. I go back and forth because I swear I always thought to myself that I would not live with a man until I was engaged. But then it's like, what if you
I
get
could see you
engaged
doing it beforehand.
and then all these things you never knew about them come out because you never lived with them before? And then it's like, but then it's also like, if you're dating them for several years, how do you not see those things? So there's just so many nuance to every single situation that it's just like kind of hard
Yeah.
to make a general statement about any of it.
Yeah.
Um, But
I think I would live with them before an engagement because I even think about like I would view us as an us before the engagement, you
definitely.
know?
Yeah. I think I
As
agree. I
soon
think
as
my
there's like, and I don't, obviously every couple isn't us, but like really like we, us,
yeah.
nyeh,
Yeah. No,
that's when,
I know what you mean. I think that my general consensus is that yeah, I would probably do it
yeah.
too, as long as I felt like it was with intention and there was like a serious future ahead. I don't think I would just do it for shits and gigs or to save money or because it was convenient. So
No,
I
I,
think
yeah,
I think that's that on that. No
me
further
too.
questions, Your Honor.
Period. Okay, our next little segment. I really enjoyed last week's Coachella's like Fast Five
Yeah, me too. It was good.
things. We did hot or not last week. This week, kind of our topic is going to be spring. Last week, at least here in Indy, was like the first week of warm weather.
Mm-hmm.
So I truly started to feel alive. I was getting my personality back. So we kind of wanted to do another version of that. And really, we just want to kind of rapid fire talk about 5 things for each of us that makes like that this is how we know spring is here. This is how we know the leaves are turning, seasons are changing, the sun
Birds
is
are
shining.
chirping.
Yeah. And I kind of made mine funny.
I feel like we did not understand the assignment. At least we were not check aligned on this because we were just briefly talking prior to the podcast and I still had to think of a couple more. And Kenna was saying that when she was crafting her list, she wrote things that were like specific to things that she does that kind of indicates how she knows
They're universal
spring and
though.
summer, which can apply to other people, but like I was thinking more of like life as a whole and less of me specific. So we'll kind of see how this goes. But
I feel like we should go back and forth for this.
I was gonna say that too. So we are check aligned on that.
Sure.
How about you
Go
go
first.
first? Oh,
Not aligned on that. Okay, I'll go first. I'll go first. Sure, whatever. Why not? Okay. So for spring is here. For me, I know that it's that time when I feel alive after work
you know, that's
because
similar to one other one I said, but yeah, that's true.
the sun is still shining. You still have lots of daylight left here.
Yeah, it's not dark when you open the door to leave your office.
Mhm. Winter's really rough in terms of you're waking up and it's dark and you're going home when it's dark. But you know the whole trend of my 5 to 9 after my 9 to 5, like
Yes.
that's in full effect.
You really do get to maximize the 5 to 9 after the 9 to 5 when spring hits. Yeah, that's true.
I'm playing music on my ride home instead of a podcast. The sunroof is open, so yeah, vibes are high.
Okay, yeah, that's great. That's a good one. Great start.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
My first one, and this one, I don't even feel it that bad, but like it's annoying as hell, and I know other people feel it worse. And it's the motherfucking pollen. When that shit starts getting yellow on the streets, on the cars, on the roofs, on the whatever.
Because you have a black car.
I have a black car, and that shit is like it is like a dust storm. It looks like came through. And it's the worst. And I don't even have allergies that bad. I think it affects me a little bit. I'll be a little sniffly here and there, but I know some people are really down bad. Thankfully, I don't experience that. But still, it's just so annoying. You wash your car, and then literally 12 hours later, it's back.
Yeah, outside is dirty. It's dirty.
It is dirty. So that's
fair.
Kind of, I feel like the universal sign that, like, all right, guys, it's about to get warm again. Spring is here. The at least in North Carolina, the yellow tree pollen is all over the place. So that's my first one.
No, I think that's good. Good take. My next one is that healthy food tastes better.
Oh, yeah. The fresh food comes out. The fruits,
we get the farmer's market back, but then the other thing is you're just in the setting to have fun eating healthier foods where like when it's winter I want to come home and have a cup of soup.
You want to be cozy,
like something thick and heavy and warm because I'm cold, where I feel like it's easier to be light and fresh and fruit and salad and vegetables and a smoothie. Like
I was literally gonna say, you want a smoothie, you want
I just think it's easier to eat healthy and it's more fun. Like I would happily go to dinner in the summer and get a salad, where in the winter if you saw me eating a salad,
something's wrong.
Yeah, that
Something's wrong. Yeah,
at least get
no.
a soup.
No, I agree. That's a good one. That is a good one.
Thank you.
Okay, my next one is, and this one, if you know, you know, this might be kind of niche, but Wrightsville Beach, which is the beach in our hometown, they be charging an arm and a leg for parking. And as soon as that parking meter starts accepting coins again, that's when you
As soon
know.
as you get your first ticket because you thought you could get away with it, you get.
Literally. That's when you know that, like, okay, local summer is over.
Yeah.
And now everybody and their grandmama is about to be in town trying to
The
park
LA
at
is full.
the beach.
Yeah.
So that's
We've
might be
kind of
niche,
turned
but
into
it's true.
South End girlies, low key.
Facts.
We used to be North End girlies.
Facts. You're right about that.
We really pivoted.
Don't tell people our secret.
Yeah,
Come on.
you didn't hear that. You didn't hear that. Actually, we have spots, don't you? We have a pass.
That's true.
Okay, my next one is beverages with bubbles.
See, yeah, good. That's good.
I was thinking happy hour. I was thinking a spritz. I was thinking
a spritz. I did think that. I didn't write it, but yep, I second it.
Yeah, anything with a bubble, even if it's a crispy DP or DC.
True, or a crispy Sprite. I've been on the crispy Sprite lately,
Oh,
but I'm a Sprite. I don't even drink
you.
soda, but like if I am gonna drink soda, it has to be Sprite, and specifically from McDonald's. Even though I do have beef with them right now, but that's another.
She's like, I did just trash your brand, but I will take a brand deal for Sprite.
Facts, so true. Oh gosh. Okay, my next one, and this is kind of might be niche in the other direction, but the breweries in Charlotte, they start to fill the freak up even on a Tuesday night. 5 o'clock hits and that bitch looks like it's a Saturday afternoon, evening. Like happy hour. Gets packed on the patios. Everywhere is just slammed. You look to your left, this brewery has 50 people. You look to your right, this brewery has 150 people. And it's like, you would think that patio. It is true. I do love patio season. So can't blame them and can't hate on them. But yeah, a Tuesday afternoon will start looking like a Saturday at these dang breweries because people in Charlotte are obsessed with breweries. So that's that on that.
I love that. My next one is probably the most basic one on my list. I know. But I wrote 9 p.m. sunsets because in Indiana, we're basically at the end of the time zone. So there are times where it is 9:30 p.m. It is full daylight out.
That's crazy. I feel like that does not happen here. I mean, it does stay darker or stay lighter later, but not, I don't think, to that extent.
No, it's definitely hits different here, and it's like almost criminal that there's not a beach here. Like I get it because I'm a landlocked state, but at the same time, it's like, what are we doing?
That would be nice. It'd be nice.
And it actually gets to the point where it's like I should be winding down, like
right, but you don't want to because you're like the sun is still shining. There's still life left to live in the day. It's
still golden hour
for sure. Okay, how many more? 2 more. Okay, my next one is, and this one's like kind of another kind of basic one, but I just have no motivation to go to work in the spring. Kind of hand in hand with when you leave work, you feel alive. But I'm just like, if I walk outside and I feel a nice like warm 75 degrees on my face at 7 a.m., I just want to go hit the park, hit the pool, hit the anything. And I'm like, why am I going to sit in this office when it's so nice outside? Like I shouldn't be confined to the 4 walls of my cubicle.
That's what no one tells you about corporate America is summer's over. There is no such thing as summer.
I know, and it's so depressing. And like I will go outside during my lunch and like go for a little walkie around the building just to like feel some fresh air. And every time I'm just like, this could be me by the beach and like actually enjoying the weather. But yeah, no, summer's.
That's how I felt when you were in grad school and I was already working. You'd like come visit and it's like,
yeah, it's tough. It's tough out here. So that's, I feel like when I start feeling dreading going into work because the sun is out, I'm like, dang, y'all, it's spring, summer in full effect.
I have one more, but I thought I came up with the 6th one, and where did it go? Because it's not on my list anymore.
Oh, that's suspicious.
Okay, my last one then is tanning with my Kindle. This is my favorite way to spend the day. And honestly, spring days are a little bit better than summer because you're not like sweating your ass off.
Yeah,
but
so true.
You're getting a nice glow. I'm probably the palest I've ever been by this time of year. right now, and it does hurt a little bit, but we'll be back. We'll be back.
Nothing that a couple days laying out can't fix with a high
Yeah.
UV. That's all right. We can work on it.
Crisp me up. Put me on a rotating wheel like a rotisserie. I need to be tan.
I'm dead. That's so funny. No, you definitely do tan a lot and read when it gets nice out. So that's very fitting and
It's my
makes a lot
happy
of sense.
place.
Yeah.
I was going back through the archives the other day because, in case you didn't know, no one has an archive better than me. Let me just say.
Then let's see him. Let's see him.
I know. I have a lot.
Share with the class.
What was I saying? Oh.
You were going back through the archives and you
Yes,
saw.
and I was so tan. I was like,
oh,
that's why
yeah.
you thought you were the shit. Because you were.
Because you were, and you were golden. So
Yeah, if I had a tan right now, I think I'm at least 2 points hotter for sure.
you'd be unstoppable.
Yeah. Watch out.
Okay, my last one, and this one is kind of generic too, and shout out to Ken for the creative director on this one, is traveling. I feel like, yeah, you can travel all year long. You do travel all year long, whatever. It's not like this is anything new or a concept specific to spring or summer, but I do feel like when the weather gets nicer, the planes start flying. Like I feel like I do more, I go more places, maybe a little beach trip here and there, maybe a little. I always go to Seattle in the summertime, summertime. So I feel like moves are just made in the summer, and when the calendar starts to fill up as far as trips goes, that's kind of my sign that spring, summer is here.
Yeah.
So
airport's busy.
Yeah, that's gonna conclude that segment. And
which leads us with our final segment.
Last but not least is the weekly BBB. This is, I think, my favorite one, and we've only been doing this for 2 weeks now. But it's just so good and catchy. My favorite segment, just the name. It's so us, like BBB.
We're never gonna. Nothing's ever gonna be better than Beep Bop Boop.
No, not at all. And if you know, you know.
They don't know.
No, they don't. They don't. But our our weekly BBB is our beep bop boop. Our beep is somewhere we went. Our bop is a song that we've been listening to, or I guess it could be a podcast if we want to go that route. And then our boop is. I just thought of that on the fly. And then our boop is just like a random wild card. So, do you want to go first?
Did we do it every other?
Do you want me to go first? I think we did it all in one.
Okay.
Or did we not? I actually have no idea. No, I think we did. I think we did beep beep bop bop boop boop.
Okay, then why don't you go first? Because I went first last time.
Okay. My beep. Actually, I'm about to change my beep right now. I was gonna say, I guess I'll kind of say both. I was gonna say Wilmington for Sam's show because that's what I did over the weekend.
Damn, you really showed no love to Sam.
But no, love you down, if you're listening. But then I thought to myself, I already talked about that, so let me talk about something else that I think you would appreciate and think is fun. And that is that last night I went and got, not only did I get sushi, but me and my boyfriend went to an all-you-can-eat sushi place.
Revolving or no?
In Charlotte. No, I wish. Wasn't quite that cool.
Sorry.
No, that's okay. But we went to this place that we'd been to one other time, but it's an all-you-can-eat sushi place.
Did they have the
crispy rice? No, fuck them for that. They don't have the crispy rice. But everything else was amazing. The sushi's so fresh.
The sushi's good though.
So good. So yeah, that was my fun little beat for the week. Love a good sushi moment.
Oh my gosh, delish. I feel like there's no good sushi here, so I'm jealous for sure. My beep was the FedEx store because
Okay, tell me more.
I have been doing a lot of shipping, a lot of returns, and because I was only really off like Sunday in between my work weeks, I did not leave my house. And the only place that I felt so compelled to go was the FedEx store. I beeped right over and beep bop boop, did a little parallel park, walked right in, dropped my packages off, and walked right out and went right on home. And I was like, what a beautiful day.
You're like, that was my outing for the week. Check done. Now we're good to go and ready to rumble. That's hilarious.
I even debated. I was like, should I just do this one day after work? And I was like, no. You're going to beep one place today and you're going to beep right back on home.
That reminds me, I need to return a package. So thank you for saying that.
Yes, everyone return your packages.
Yeah. Okay, bop. My bop for the week. Honestly, this one's kind of lame too. And not even because of who it is. It's more so I didn't specify enough. My bop, I just put Zach Bryan because I went to a Zach Bryan concert, as I said. So I was kind of trying to get in the mode and I was listening to him. So I don't have a specific song, but necessarily, but just Zach Bryan vibes was my bop for the week.
Slay. My bop for the week is I've been really in a Ray mood, so I'm sure you've heard all over TikTok, but Click Clack Symphony.
Yeah, she's so good. I love
Yeah.
her. She's so good.
Hans Zimmerman.
Yeah,
Slay.
12 out of 10. She's
She,
great. I love that. That's a good one.
yeah.
That's
Yeah.
a good one. All right, last one. Boop. Oh, my boop is good. I specifically didn't talk about this in my weekly update because I wanted to save it for the boop. You already know this though, so it won't be any news to you. I should have not told you, but my bad. You can act surprised for the fans.
You don't know my boop, so.
Oh, great. So at least one of us will have the factor of, or the shock factor. That's what I was looking for.
Yeah.
My boop for the week is that I got a raise at work.
That's right. Oh my gosh, how do we not even talk about that?
I know.
Slay. That's my money making queen.
Yeah, so that was fun. Who doesn't like more money? Give me my money. So yeah, that was great. I had my annual performance review, got a raise, life is good, and yeah, that just made my week really nice.
Miss Corporate America.
She's climbing up the ladder, guys. She's climbing up.
She's like, I'd like to climb back down now.
Against my better judgment. Yeah, literally.
No, you like the stability and the paycheck, and that's what it's for.
For sure. I cannot disagree with that.
We're just started our second business, so.
You're right. So money's really about to be made. Anyway, what's your boop?
Okay, my boop is pigs in a blanket.
What the hell does that mean?
You don't know what pigs in a blanket are?
Yeah, but it just means like you ate them, you like them, you want them.
I made them.
You made them. I didn't know that. You just said pigs in a blanket. I didn't know if that was like you dreamt about them. You no. You made them.
I made them because
I'm jealous. That sounds really good.
Roundabout way. So when Addie came to visit, I was like, what are some cute like app snack thingies I could have at the house? And then as soon as I checked out with these little smokies, I was like, this bitch is vegetarian. I was like, she can't eat these.
Shut the fuck up. That's so funny.
I was like, she's actually a pescatarian, so she can have fish. But I was like,
right, you ain't gonna make fish in a blanket. I just thought they'd be
cute to make and then have and like snack on, because so we didn't have to go out to eat all the time, or just like a little this, a little that. Mm-hmm. And they're obviously not healthy because there's croissant dough around it, but it's at least
it's cute. It's fun.
A little something and a little protein in there, maybe.
Yeah.
And they've been sitting in my fridge since, and I was like, I'm going out of town later this week. What's something simple that I could make that I could get through quickly? And so I made me pigs in a blanket this week.
That's so funny. Wait, it's not funny that you made them. The whole funny story is the part about Addie
being vegetarian. I know.
Yes.
Well, I was telling that, but this guy I work with, because he was like, oh, what are you gonna do with your friend, like back when she was coming? And I was telling him, and I was like, well, I told him a story, and I was like, so if you see me one week in here eating pigs in a blanket every day for lunch, you mind your business.
I love a good pig in a blanket. It's good.
Like I probably won't have them again for another year because I never have them.
For sure. It's like a Super Bowl snack, I feel like.
Yes.
But they're good. There ain't nothing wrong with a pig in a blanket.
Ain't nothing wrong with it. But they make that pack makes so many, and I'm like, I can't eat all of these.
No, that's true. I feel like the little Smokies don't come in small quantities. It's always like a big little container, and there's like 50 million of them. But I love that for you. That sounds fun.
That's what I did. I was in the kitchen cooking.
She was whipping it up, chefing it up.
I cooked other things too, but that was funny.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, that's so funny. Well, yay!
Oh my gosh, right on schedule.
It's like we planned this. We're so professional.
Okay, well, thank you everyone for watching. Our repeat fans, we love you more than you know. But be sure to like and subscribe, comment down below all of the things if you want us to keep doing this, because we love you. You love us. And we'll be back next week with another great episode. Bye.
Bye.